Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ShoWTimE and MaSa on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is MaSa. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE. This is from the quarterfinal round of the 2016 WCS Spring Championship. That was held a couple of weeks ago, and this is one of the better matches from that series. Round of 4, best of 7, best of 5. I think it was a best of 5. Either way, I need to double check on that actually. Round of 4, that'd be a best of 7, right? I don't know, maybe it's a best of 5. Based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like a best of 5. Anyway, that's weird, but I'm going to ignore it. So it is a TVP for you today. We've seen Disruptors make a comeback of sorts in this matchup from the Protoss. We've seen a lot of Liberator play too from the Terran. Liberator is very good. This is previous the current patch to where Liberators do extra damage versus air, all types of air units. I guess not extra damage, but the same damage to all air types. And they were patched to basically do only big time damage to light units like Phoenix and like Mutalisks. However, I feel like the problem, there we go, as the probe zapping away at that SCV. Might actually get it. SCV, get out of there. Running for its life. Good micro there by MaSa to get out. The probe's going to come on up and try to do some more damage. Maybe take down a supply depot all by his lonesome. No. No. Silly other SCV coming in. A Marine on the way too. Anyway, I was going to say... What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Liberators. They didn't change Defender mode though. So it's still 85 damage per shot, per single target shot. That it does. And so, I mean, that again was what the problem was mostly for Protoss. I guess we didn't see a lot of Sky Toss just because Liberators did so well against things like Carriers and Tempests. So perhaps with a new patch, we'll see some more of those air units from Protoss. But as it stands, I don't expect to see any of that here from ShoWTimE. A lot of Archon play. Archon's very good against Terran as well. A lot of Storm too. The success I've seen from Protoss against Terran have been likely consistently to do with Psionic Storm. So we'll see exactly what ShoWTimE does. I like the positioning of the buildings here. A scan in the middle here will reveal nothing to the Terran opponent. We'll see double assimilator, see a worker count, and call it good. Won't be able to see this at all. I mean, it's not like it's anything out of the ordinary. ShoWTimE isn't hiding anything necessarily, but it's just good to keep the Terran guessing a little bit. What did that SCV see? The SCV saw the expansion, so that's good information. That was good enough for him. Didn't want to try to go into the main base and die to a photon overcharge or die to a mothership core or any of those other awesome ways to die as an SCV. Are the Marines pushing out? Is this a 4 Marine push? What? Alright. MaSa's going 4 Marine push here. There's a pylon. There's photon overcharge. There's a stalker. There are more stalkers. Nope, just kidding. Just the one. But still. I guess, okay, they're just playing defense here. I think they're waiting for an adept to try to come up. They'll scout this out and allow the wall to get up in time. There is a floating command center, orbital command, going over there for the natural base. Stalker checking for proxy tech. I can't imagine there's anything else going on here. Maybe trying to catch a Widowmine drop that's coming this early. I don't know. It's possible there could be one on the way, considering these two buildings have already come up. This could be a factory. This could be a starport with the double refinery going. But there's the factory. A little bit late for MaSa, but definitely wants to get this Marine count up early and often. And we'll see if that pays off for him or not. Observer on the way. That's the first thing that always comes out of a robotics facility for a Protoss player. Get that Observer out. It is invisible. It can see invisible things. What more do you want from a scouting unit? That's a holdover from the original StarCraft. It's been so good. It is virtually unchanged through all the years of StarCraft, all the way from 1997 until today. Is next year the 20-year anniversary of StarCraft? If I remember correctly, I believe it is. That's awesome. That is super great news. I have to do something special for that. Okay, so there's been some talk about things I want to do on the channel, and I'm going to go ahead and get to work on a Q&A session. I'll get that scheduled for you guys. Also a time to play with my subscribers in a free-for-all setting or a team mode type thing, or maybe even Imba League if that has any interest. So again, let me know in the comments if you're interested in any of those things, and we'll get them up and running, assume I haven't done so already. I do run at about a week buffer, so I've cast this maybe 7 days before it actually posts on the channel, which does lead to some interesting things where patches come out and my casts do not recognize them as being current. But right now, I recognize what is current, and if things change, then so be it. Warp Prism on the way for ShoWTimE. Twilight Council being chrono boost to get that blink upgrade. It takes so long, 120 in-game seconds. That's so long. The problem was the back end heart of the swarm, 2-base all-in blink attacks versus Terran were very, very good. And so Blizzard said, you know what, we're going to knock up that research time and just stop that from being a thing, because Protoss just did it every single time against Terran. It got kind of boring to watch. It was technically very impressive because blink micro is hard to do, and players who are good at it are fun to watch, but it was just the same thing every time. So thankfully we're seeing some 3-base play, courtesy of this longer upgrade, but still, Blink Stalker is very good, as you'll notice. ShoWTimE getting a lot of them right now. Could blink up there now, just at this last second, decides not to chase down that Marine. The Marine comes back in very bravely to get on that Xel'Naga watchtower and see what he can see, and you can see these Stalkers heading on up. There's a lot of Marines and some Marauders here with Stim. Combat shield on the way, double pumping Marines and Marauders. MaSa going for what you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's some good blink micro, but again, against straight Marine Marauder, Stalkers are kind of useless in a straight up fight. So here come the Marines and the Marauders with some medevac support. In production, 2 pylons, a forge, some more probes there too. Mothership Core, where are you, Mothership Core? There you are. Patrolling back and forth, probably needed at some point. Yeah, this base is in a lot of trouble. What a great timing attack here from MaSa. Run, probes! Run! Nope, not going to happen. Every single probe that tried to evacuate died there. MaSa is happy with killing 11 probes, and he's going to back on out. It's 45 to 45 Harvesters. ShoWTimE had a bit of a worker lead there, but it's gone now. It's gone now because MaSa came in and just absolutely wrecked it. Some Adepts here. I'm not sure if that's enough to make a difference. Run! Blink micro being used just to get the Stalkers that are damaged away from the front lines. That's all it is. It's not so that you can stand there and just straight up fight against these guys, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with Stalkers alone. That's why you need Immortals. That's why you need Archons. That's why you need Sentries to throw up Guardian Shields. Look, Guardian Shield reduces damage to friendly units ranged. Damage to friendly units by 2. That's great. That adds up a lot, especially against Marines that fire very quickly. So, always use Guardian Shield, Protoss players. Is this a pylon? It's another pylon, I guess, for some more forward photon overcharge shenanigans. All right, what's our Terran player up to? Third command center on the way. Likely going to land it here. Observer just scouting to see if there's anything there yet. There isn't. And it's just Marine, Marauder, Medevac. A lot of Marauder production right now. Double pumping them. Still double pumping to this day. +1 infantry weapons is on the way. Observer gets scanned and taken out. Good reaction time by MaSa. Good observational skills, seeing that. You can see cloaked units if you look very, very closely. It's a little shimmery. You can only kill them if you detect them, though, and that's exactly what MaSa did. Another observer over here keeping an eye on this army if they move out. ShoWTimE would like to know that is the case. Immortal production has begun for ShoWTimE. It's working on Protoss Ground Armor level 1 Resonating Glaives. Coming up to increasing the attack speed of those Adepts by 45%. Blink Stalker attack here. Trying to do something. I mean, I'm not sure if they actually killed anything, but it was nice to force a liftoff on that command center. Double-pronged attack from MaSa coming up here. Guardian Shield. There's Guardian Shield. Now you can stand against it. That's enough to force the Terran player back. This army is rebuffed by, I guess, scanned and saw a lot of Adepts and said, help us, we're out of here. Either way, MaSa does not lose much of anything. He just pokes on in and then pokes back on out. Army supply, 75 to 74. Pretty darn even at this point. APM for these players, over 200 on average for ShoWTimE, over 300 on average for MaSa. Woo, playing quick there. This guy just hanging out. War Prism not doing any special tactics right now. Medevac boosting on up. These Marines are left behind to die. I guess to distract the Stalkers from killing the Medevac. So in that case, their death was not for nothing. Their sacrifice was appreciated. Here it is, Adepts standing right on in, blinking the Stalkers to the back. That's what you want to do. Widowmine shot does kill something. I think maybe killed an Adept there. And yeah, that's what you want. The Adepts need to soak up the damage. The Stalkers need to actually hit stuff, as they do extra work against these armored biological Marauders. It's just if it's a straight up fight, they will die. See what I mean? The Stalkers in the front, not great. Not what you want there. Guardian Shield is up, and again, MaSa forced to retreat. ShoWTimE has slowly pushed the Terran player back to his original base. That is not a good sign, though. A fusion core coming up for MaSa. That's not going to be battle cruisers. That is going to be the advanced ballistics upgrade for Liberators. So Liberators are definitely the plan. Indeed, they are double pumping Liberators there, getting that advanced ballistics upgrade as soon as this finishes, and pop. Oh, wait. You need to have it there, and then you do it on derp on the tech lab here. So we need to wait for that to finish. But anyway, it is going to be coming up here very, very soon. And a fourth Nexus just about completed for ShoWTimE. Still holding the Xel'Naga watchtowers are these Marines and that SCV rather, from early in the game. Some more Warp Prism harassment coming on in, but I feel like the longer this goes, the more MaSa's going to be okay. More he's going to come back. Where is that Advanced Ballistic? There it is. Advanced Ballistics. He's waiting on some mineral count to get it, and he has enough. Is he going to use it? I don't know. I don't know. Dropping an Adept off just to make sure a base has not been taken. Going to sneak on up in here and start to kill some SCVs. Oh, there are some Marauders here, though. Look out. Look out. Another push. Marines and Marauders. +1 attack. No armor upgrade yet. These guys are +1/+1, so ShoWTimE should have something of an advantage there. Guardian Shield, go. There it is. Activates. And doing some great kiting here is MaSa. He has a better range than a lot of these units. Adept's trying to make up for that, but just enough to force the Terran player away. Some more dropping on in here with Adept trying to kill workers. Some Marauders left behind, preventing that from occurring. And ShoWTimE again rebuffing. That's a lot of dead SCVs, though. Actually did some work before the Marauders showed up. 13 workers killed by ShoWTimE, 12 by MaSa, 65-52. ShoWTimE in the lead right now, and he's maxed out. It's time to go. He says it is time to go. Bring an army across the middle, bringing army from the top. Coming in from 2 angles here. The Liberators are set up, but there's a lot of Stalkers blinking in, getting rid of both of the Liberators. There's still one down here, but one is a lot better than 3 for ShoWTimE. Waiting for more units. Here comes the Mass Adept play. Not as good as they used to be in the current patch, but still not bad at all. And the Adepts do finish on top of everything. The Stalkers trying to do damage from the outside while the Adepts absorb the damage on the inside. Immortals doing a lot of work against the Marauders too. 50 damage per shot. Actually, with the upgrade, it's more than that. But look at this go. Absolutely evaporating. Evaporating the Terran army. There's nothing left here. Is there a drop going on? No, that's the good game. Well played. GGWP from MaSa. MaSa is defeated and ShoWTimE is victorious. What an absolutely beautiful play there by ShoWTimE. Got the Adepts on in, forced the Terran army, their infantry to focus on them, allowing the Stalkers on the outside and the Immortals on the outside to do the real damage to everything else. It really messes with the AI when you do that, which is why I see it so much from Protoss players. That +2 armor really came into great usage there. Never really got any more upgrades here for MaSa. That early attack that he did with those Marines, I think, cut into his upgrade quickness. Yes, he killed some workers, but didn't really do as much damage, I think, as he was planning on doing. So ShoWTimE did it. ShoWTimE did it without Archons, without Storm, just with some Guardian Shield, Immortals, Stalkers, and Adepts. So Protoss players learn a thing or two from this guy. Great play indeed. Getting 4th base here, taking a sneaky 5th base, just in case things didn't go super well against MaSa from that point. But the blink in to get those Liberators was absolutely huge. And Micro won the day for ShoWTimE. So, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.